What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy, Mr. 5050, and you're tuned in to another episode of Flawless Fatherhood. Yes, we finally made it. Finally made it to the Flawless Fatherhood's Timeshare Recovery Blueprint. Man, look at here, man. As you can see, I made this a two-part episode. I know. Listen, it's important that it's a two-part episode. I thought about this. I did a little soul searching, thought on it, laid on it for a couple nights. And I was like, if I give it to y'all in one whop, you're going to be like, it's like a buffet, right? You're going to fill your plates up. You're going to eat. You're going to be stuffed, right? You're going to know that you consumed a lot of information, but you're going to be like, hey, I don't know what to do with all this information. I'm stuffed. I had so much food, so much information. And you're just not going to know where to start. So that's why I decided to break it down into part 1 and part 2. All right? That's it. 2 parts. Because again, I don't want you just, so stuffed. Oh, my belly. Because you don't want a belly like mine. Okay? You want my results as far as fatherhood. You don't want a belly like mine. It's a burden. It's a burden. But let's move forward. Check it, man. Woo! I need you guys to buy into part 1. Okay? Because there's no need in implementing the things that are in part 2 if you haven't done part 1. Okay? Part 1 is what creates the space for you to capitalize with great goodness once you secure phase 1. Once you're enhancing phase 1, all right? So we're going to leave part 2. We're going to shelf it, right? We're going to put it on the shelf. It's part 2. Put it on the shelf right here. Stay right there. Get back so you don't fall down, all right? So part 1 is this. Before we get into part 1, some of you guys may be new. Some of you guys may not have subscribed to Flawless Fatherhood. If not, shame on you. You just want to come in and get the food without subbing, because that's the price I'm charging you to subscribe to the channel. No currency. I ask you to come out the pocket for nothing. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the platform, and share the information if you feel like it's valuable. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. The information I give on here is not legal advice. I am not an attorney. I have to say that. Oh, God, I hate when I even hear it. Because for one thing, I'm not telling anybody in here nothing that they shouldn't be doing. But it's stuff that the system doesn't teach us, okay? Mind you guys, before I talk about myself a little bit, I'm at something like around 840 subscribers or something like that. Every 100 subscribers, on every 100, every 700, 800, 900, I've been doing it ever since 500. I'll take a person that's a subscriber and that likes videos and that comments. So I jump to the comments first and I'll see who's more active and I'll hit them up and they'll get a Flawless Fatherhood t-shirt. These are some different ones. Oh no, it's the same one. May get something like this. May get one that look like that. There's a new version kind of it like this. Haven't given any others away yet. So, look, I'm out here trying to reward people as I build a community. You got to show that you're active. Hey, man, look. As a father's, not only a father's rights advocate, I have 3 sons. Okay? I have 3 sons. 2 was from a marriage from 1996, 1995, 96. That lasted 10 years until 2006. Me and my high school sweetheart, met each other at 16, got married at 20, and married at 19, divorced at 29. So we made it 10 years. Throughout that 10-year marriage, we had 2 sons. And I was able to secure my sons going through a marriage where I was able to keep them in-house. I didn't make the mistake that most husbands make when they're going through a divorce, leaving the house and letting the wife take my kids out of the house and doing all type of nonsense. I put stuff, I actually got a whole couple videos about that, 5 flawless fatherhood factors for husbands that husbands may even want to check out to make sure they secure their children in a divorce if you happen to be looking at this. To not make certain mistakes and allow your wife to make them. You don't need to be making them. So I was able to secure my two sons and, through a marriage and divorce, and I had an unwed son in 2013, and he's currently 10 years old. And guess what? I have him 50-50 physical timeshare, week to week. We swap every Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday afternoon. I never signed a birth certificate. But what I was a hyperactive father. I knew how to position myself. Okay? A lot of fathers need to understand it's about overnights. You can see your son or your children 30 days a month. You could spend the night, you can take them to lunch and spend half the day with them 30 days a month. But you know what counts? It counts the overnights. So the courts counts overnights. It doesn't count days. Okay? A lot of fathers don't know that. System ain't gonna tell the fathers that. The fathers will be thinking they're hyperactive. But if they're not putting them kids down to bed and doing establishing a nightly routine, getting the child up, being there for the child, if the child wake up with nightmares, all this type of nonsense, being there, that's what it's about, overnights. I was able to secure that with my youngest son. I'm gonna tell you how, because from the time he left out of the hospital, me and her came in agreement via text that we was gonna rotate days and we was gonna have a 4-3-3-4 schedule. She would be 4 days, I'll be 3. Next week I'll be 4 days, she'd be 3. Even though she was breastfeeding, she was at my home. Okay? She was at my home. In days when it was at her house, I was at her house. We were still in a relationship per se, whatever. But that's how it was until he was close to 2 years old, just over a year and a half, when I had legitimized my rights. I did not know anything of legitimizing rights early on. I'll be honest with you, looking back on it, it would have hurt my it possibly would have hurt my situation, maybe. But based on what was going on here, it was easier for me to get that agreement. And times when he was 2-3 months at my house, and he was 2-3 months, he'd be at her house, and I'd be over there overnights. And it got to where he was older. I was able to take him to daycare, pick him up. She was able to take him to daycare, pick him up. I was paying, then it's her week to pay. I was paying her week, then it's her week to pay. My point is, I was able to get my son, not because of a birth certificate. I never signed a birth certificate, like I said. It was because I was able to establish and show that he was used to being with me overnights just as equal as the mom. That's the kicker. That's where a lot of unwed fathers fall short, because they don't have the timeshare established. Sure, you can go get it established at the court. Hey, it's more than one way to skin a cat, just like I'm doing with this blueprint. 1 + 3 is 4, 2 + 2 is 4, 1.5 + 2.5 is 4. More than one way to skin a cat, but this is my way. This is how I would do it. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not trying to give you legal advice. This is just what I would do. I've been successful through a divorce with kids, and I've been successful unwed, and I have my son 50-50 equal physical timeshare week to week. And I believe the main reason I did that is because I was able to establish him being with me overnight is equal as her. That's the main caveat. But that's where so many fathers fall short, because they don't have their own place, they don't have their own vehicle. They're just going by this notion of, oh, well, the mother gets to keep the kid and got to breastfeed. No. Get out of that traditional mindset, man. It's 2024. You'll get burnt with that mindset. I didn't get burnt. And I want future fathers to get burnt. But this is about getting the time back. Again, this is part 1. We're going to show part 2 like we did, right? This is part 1. I just had to go, because some of you guys don't know. Listen, like the videos, subscribe to the platform. I'm not your favorite father's rights advocate for no reason. Listen, you got to play within the rules, but play by your own rules. That's right. You can't play within the rules and play by the governing body's rule. No. They're going to know your move every time. They're going to block you every time. Block you. No, but if you play within the rules, because you have to. I advise that. But play by your own rules. That's how you get results. Now again, this is part one, phase one of two. You have to buy into this phase before moving on. And I would say this. It's all about the overnights, right? That's what I was able to do. Secure overnights. Let's say if you got 4 or 6 nights over a month, right? You got 4 to 6 overnights a month. That's what most fathers have that have a small timeshare. While the mother has 90%, he has like 10, whatever. Just guesstimate. What you have to do is to channel. You know how you saw your first girlfriend, you saw the girl or your baby mama or your ex-wife, you first saw her, you was like, ooh, you know that. Ooh, wow, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. Right? You know that energy I'm talking about? Like, ooh, dang, she fine. You need to have that same type of ambition, same level of ambition. Obviously, that's a different type of energy. Same ambition, be like, man, yeah, I'm a finesse her. I'm a finesse her. When I say finesse her, that means you're gonna be able to manipulate. You're gonna try to manipulate, not nothing, no breaking any laws or anything. Manipulate to get more time back from her. Okay? Now, I'm gonna be the first to tell you guys, these women, these mothers, they want help. They want help. Trust me, if they're letting the kids go to their mom's house or their sister's house or whatever, they're giving them pushback because they want to do stuff. They want help. So it's up to us men to give them help, while also making it work for us on the back end. Okay? Now, what do you mean by that, Mr. 50-50? What that means is, phase one is all about acquiring slowly, methodically, maybe fast, I don't care, getting more time back and her not realizing what you're doing, okay? Now, if you got 4 or 6 overnights per month, your goal is to get to somewhere around 13 to 15. All right? Now, when I say that, you can start slow. You crawl before you walk, because we got to work, we got schedules and everything else. It wouldn't look right if you tried to get an additional 6-7 days a month right off the rip. That wouldn't look right, right? So you slowly but surely, you'd be like, let's say if you got Friday, like my ex-wife used to have Friday night up until Wednesday night. So she would have Friday night and Saturday night and get back to me Wednesday night. But let's say if you guys have got something like that. Let's say if you say, hey, look, you bring their book bag with them on Friday or something like that. Say, hey, how you feel about, I'll go ahead and keep them on Monday, Sunday night, so you don't have to take them to school. Or they are to be with me, so you don't have to do all that. We can shoulder the load. Take some. You don't think that she's going to want to do that? More times than not, she's going to want to do that. If she can get up on her own and not have to worry about getting the kids ready and taking them to school or whatever, she'll do that. Okay? Now, now if you do that each weekend, so you're getting her Sunday night, that's 2 additional days just right there per month. Okay? Now, hey, let's say, even if it's a Friday night, because you got to have your time too, right? I get it. Let's say if you say, hey, I want to take the kids out to the movies or something like that, and let's say you want to take them to the 7-something o'clock showing, so it's not going to get out to 9-something. Say, hey, you're going to take them to the movie. Hey, matter of fact, they can just go ahead and stay with me and I'll bring them to you in the morning. Or I'll drop them off at school, I'll bring them to you in the morning, or drop them off at wherever she got to go to work, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So now she got free time. When I was listening, I know you guys probably thinking like, where's it going with this? Man, listen, these women want their time too. Okay, they want their freedom too. They want to be able to move around the house. They want to bring in company to their house and stuff like that too. Okay, now what you're doing, you're slowly acquiring days back from them. Now you have 4 or 6. Now you're up to, 8, 9, or 10. You want to do this and slowly get more and more time to where she's accustomed. She might think she's using you, but she's not using you. Basically, what she's doing is giving you ammunition. And every time you get the kids, you'll take a picture. You at the movies. They'll see you in the morning. We'll see you in the morning. Screenshot. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Tell the kids I'll see them in the morning, or the kids say they'll see you in the morning while I drop them off. So basically, you'll be showing that, hey, this is not on your time, this is on her time. So you already got them to your time. All these, the extra, how can I put it? The information you'll be showing, the receipts will be for that evenings that you're taking from her, that she's giving you. I'm gonna say you're taking from her. So the child may be 4 or something, right? And let's say, sure, she wants to go out. She got a little boyfriend. She want to do her do. You know, so you want to be like, take a picture of your kid sleep at 8:30 or something like that. You know, like looks so peaceful. You know, it's like I can't believe he sleep. He don't never be asleep like that early at my house. Screenshot. You know why? Because that helps you, because there's a best interest of the time, best interest of the child factors that's in there. Basically, it talks about the routine and nightly routine and the sleep routine. Nightly routine for the kid. So if she's basically admitting that, hey, her routine is trash compared to what you're exhibiting, that can help your cause. Listen, all that type of stuff and building up, that's kind of part 2-ish, okay, right? That's just a little taste of part 2-ish. But phase 1 is all about slowly acquiring time back and logging that time. Not just logging it by paper, writing it down. Oh, I had him April 17th and had him April 25th, and man, screw that. Like, women can get away with that. Men can't get away with that. You gotta have, I would have irrefutable evidence, okay? Again, this is not legal advice. I'm not an attorney, but this is what I would do. The same person that was able to get his kids in a divorce and to get his kids through an unwed relationship without signing a birth certificate. Stupid birth certificate. The only thing that main thing that thing is to do is get you on the hook financially to take care of the child. It gives you no freaking timeshare rights. So if you're offering me no timeshare rights, why the hell get it? Has anybody ever went to jail or got fined because they never freaking signed a birth certificate? No, they haven't. So phase 1 is about recovering time back. Listen, you get more, I forgot how the saying goes, when you get more something with honey than something else or whatever. Be courteous to the damn girl, okay? Be courteous to her. Hey, look. Hey, you mind if I get the kids on such and such, you know? So you ain't got to, do something. Maybe I can free you up if you want to do something, like have the kids. Or I get the kids a day earlier. If you get her time to where she can plan some stuff, sure, she'll pass them off to you. Capitalize on that. I don't know what your girlfriend or your ex-wife's, I don't want to say weaknesses, but what her vices are as far as that. But if you make it all about the child and you be courteous to her every once in a while, have the kids, what's the date? I don't know when Mother's Day or something coming up. I don't know if it's, hell, have the kids write up a Mother's Day card for her or something like that. Hey, come on, man. Guys, you guys got to get crafty. You guys have to get crafty. Build up a case. When her guard's down, you're hitting her with all type of stuff, and next thing you know, she's just giving you time, and you're annotating it by posting stuff on Facebook, taking the kids to school. Let's say if you're eating at McDonald's in the morning, or if you got up and cooked for them in the morning, and you know what I'm saying, off to school, you know what I'm saying, as they're eating pancakes and eggs, and post it up the face, you'd be like, damn. She can, and let her, when you say no about going, let's say if you do that for 6 to 9 months. Because that's what it's about, right? It's about getting on an equal timeshare. So if this was 90 to 10, right? And now you slowly moved it close to 50-50. If not already 50-50. If it's not 15-15, let's say if it's, 17-13, right? So now you can bring to her, you can say, hey, listen, why don't we just do like a 50-50 timeshare, like we do like week on, week off, so we get the kids a little bit more balance, vice bouncing back and forth and stuff like that. Now, mind you, you're gonna have to live close, right? You're gonna have to at least be in the same county and stuff like that, and be close to the child. So, and close to schooling and things like that, so you can make those things work. A lot of times, a lot of guys have, not businesses, but jobs that don't, that don't align with, And I've spoken about that before. You know, if you prioritize a career over your child, then, you know, it is what it is. But some people have changed their careers in order to do a thing. So it's totally up to the father. But once it get to close like that, let's say if you got a child 6 months, 9 months, I don't know, I probably run it close to a year, depending on how I'm feeling. Let's say if you ask the mother, say, hey, why don't we just do a 50-50 like a week to week or something to get kids a little bit more balance or whatever. And let's say if she'd be like, nah, I don't know what you trying to prove. You trying to just not get off child support. You're like, listen, I really just enjoy spending time with my kids. I haven't mentioned anything about child support. And don't mention anything about child support, because once you mention anything about, hey, well, I got the kids all this time, could you give me some of my money back for child support? She's going to shut that thing down. Don't mention nothing about child support. It shouldn't be about child support. It should be about raising your kid so you can bring up a better product of kid. Because the more kids we can bring up with equal with mother and father in their lives, you will have less children with mental disorders, behavioral issues, teenage pregnancies, homelessness, incarceration, drug issues, all type of stuff. When children are getting equal love and equal timeshare from both parents, even if they're in different houses, you bring forth a better fruit of adult. People talk about, oh, kids in broken homes. Man, look, I've got two sons that are adults that love their mother just as much as they love me. You know, and I got a 10-year-old that's living his best life. Hell, his room, you know what I'm saying, just as big as mine in there. I only got like 1 more foot worth of room in there than he does. He got a room here, got his place at his mom's house. Living his best life. You know why? Because he see his mom happy and his dad happy. That's the key. You know, but when that friction is between two parents, it's not going to work. Listen, I don't know what your vices are with your old girl, but slowly get time back and annotate that time via text message and pictures, not just writing it down. I hate that. Make it irrefutable. Because if you just write it down, like, no, he ain't have them that day. But if you post something on Facebook where you taking them to school, obviously you did have them that previous night because you're taking them to school. You see what I'm saying? Irrefutable evidence. That's how I like to build my case, irrefutable. You can't argue against black and white. You can't argue against this picture with the date timestamp on it. I can't change that. So, get the time back. Focus on trying to get the time back. You got to have your own place, right? You got to have your own car. You got to be legit. You got to have your stuff together. Okay? Phase 1 is starting to acquire back more time slowly but surely. Once you get that going, then you can start implementing phase 2, which is showing your parenting characteristics and how involved you are for their day-to-day activities, school, communication with other parent, and things you do for the kids, putting their needs before your own and everything else. That's part 2. That's on the shelf though. Part 1, you need to make sure you start getting the kid back. However, you got to finesse that mother to get more time back. That's what you need to do. I don't know your ex. I don't know your child's mother. But you got to be able to say, hey, let me get it. That's what I would do. I would work on like 2 days a month, then try to establish that to where I can get her Sunday night, and then do some weekdays, like that, and get it up to 12, 13 days. Then maybe send a text. Make a lot of this stuff by text. Okay? Because that verbal stuff, that don't mean don't talk verbal. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff you want to have credibility, screenshots of text messages. So when you ask her, say, hey, why don't we just do like an equal timeshare? No, you're just trying to get out of child support. I just want a sound timeshare with the kids. I haven't mentioned nothing about money. No, you think you slick. Then next time you ask for time, and she say, no, I ain't letting you keep them on Sundays no more. Then you open up your case. Because now the kids are used to being you 13, 14 days a month. Now she's dropping it back down to 4 or 6, which is making her look bad because now the kids are used to this and she's taking it away. Then you can use that against her in court. That's what I would do. Kind of makes sense? Guys, you got to be strategic. You got to think outside the box. You're not going to get results by thinking and doing the same thing other fathers are doing, just sitting around waiting and twiddling their fingers. Nah, man. Put in some work. If I hadn't done the work on the front end of my youngest son, I would have paid I'd have been paying so much more child support. I think I did the math. In the long run, I'd have paid her like $170,000 more dollars child support had I not got him 50-50. $170,000. I'm gonna do a video on that one day. Look, guys, flawless fatherhood, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I hope this made sense. It's phase one. Okay, you got to start back, acquire more time back with your child, with the child's mother, by hook or crook. I don't know how you're gonna do it because you only know her. But if you know, hey, she'll probably, she don't like getting up and going to work or getting the kids up every day. So then you volunteer to take them a couple times. Hey, how about instead of me bringing them back on Sunday, I just bring them back. I just keep them and then take them to school. And then you can pick them up after school on on Monday. Oh, that's cool. That'll work because you're helping her. You're giving her more free time, and you lessen her responsibilities, and you're showing her more of the burden. And again, that makes you look good as well because guess what? You're able to facilitate and show. That's part two type stuff, that you're in the business of putting the kids' needs before your needs, and being able to show a good relationship, parent-to-parent relationship involving the kids. You see what I'm saying? Look, guys, I've killed the best of interest factors, man. I crushed them. And I want you guys to be able to crush them too. But before you get to crushing them, you got to start getting time back. Okay? I don't care if it's 2 days a month, starting at 2 days a month, and then you try to bump it to 4 the next month, and then 6 the next month. Definitely by the time 6 months come, you should damn near have 50-50 already, if you slow roll it good enough. Okay? Come on, man. These women out here got whole lives. If you don't think these women want more time, yeah, sure they want to be around their kids, but if you don't think they want help, they want help. But don't mention nothing about money. And then once you get the time, and now they're used to being with you equal amount of time, and you being able to prove it, and then you say, hey, let's legitimize this, on paper the right way. And if she says no and falls out of favor, then you go and open up a case pronto and get you an attorney to show them your body of work from phase one, as far as the time acquiring it, and what you've done in support of that time, showing your demonstrating how your parenting was. And you say, hey, look, this is what I have to offer. Can you do this? How viable is it for me to get 50-50 based off this information? He says no, go to the next one. Because don't allow nobody to move the goalpost on you. But first thing you got to do is acquire more time back by finessing more time back, being strategic. All right? Flawless Fatherhood, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. See you on the next video.